Once you guys are ready, we'll go ahead and just get started. It's good to see your faces.
Likewise.
Thank you. Okay. So we're going to start in Siddhasana, which is similar to Sukhasana, easy pose, but you're just lining up the heels instead. If this is not comfortable, then go ahead and just sit in Sukhasana. But let's just take a moment here, of course, to come together with the breath. You're going to set your own intention. You're going to remember why you're here tonight. You're going to thank yourself for being here tonight. Just close the eyes for a moment. And be sure that you really start to tap into the rhythm of the breath. Being sure that whatever happened before you came to the mat is behind us. We're right in the present moment. And we have the next hour to forget about everything else and just work on ourselves. Deep, deep breaths. Take one more and then gently blink the eyes open. We're gonna lean to the left. So bring the left palm to the mat, elbow can be bent. We wanna get a little bend in the elbow so we can do big circles with the right arm. So backwards first, just warm up the shoulder joint. We'll do 5 or 6 in this direction. And then go ahead in the other direction. And then bring that arm down, other side. Use the whole range of motion of your shoulder. And then other direction. And then moving on to the hips. Have your hands on your knees. We're going to do Sufi circles. So starting with just small pelvic rotation. And then moving into bigger circles with the hips. Opening, lifting the chest, and then arching the back. Doing really big circles now, as big as you can get. And then once you reach the front, go ahead and reverse it. Do one more here and then come back to center. I felt a lot of crunching in the spine. That was really interesting because I've done that quite a bit, but that opposite direction is a little bit different. Okay, we're gonna do eagle legs. So bend the right leg with the knee pointing forward. Try to get the left leg stacked on top. Ideally, we want the knees to be stacked. I'm pretty sure both of you have the mobility for this, so I won't go into modifications. Grab your strap. Right arm holds the strap, bicep here. Bend at the elbow. Left thumb down, reach behind you. We're just grabbing that strap. If you have the flexibility to grab your fingertips and still keep the chest lifted, do that. The strap is there to make our arms a little bit longer. Three more deep, deep breaths here. And release. Just release the hands, release the strap, release the legs. Other side, left leg on the bottom, right leg on top. Grab the strap with your left arm or your left hand, bicep to ear. This part's important to get that length in the shoulder socket. Right thumb down, grab behind you for that strap, or fingertips. Keep the chest pointing forward. Keep the chin lifted, parallel to the ground. And so you might be feeling some tension or tightness in the hips. Try to let go of that. Be sure you're not clasping and gripping. Relax the tongue, relax the jaw. Let's do one more deep, deep breath here. And then go ahead and release. Release the legs. Bring the legs out in front of you. We're going to do a little bit of dynamic stretching in Paschimottanasana. So have knees bent, peace fingers go to the toes. And then we're just going to kind of keep the knees bent a little bit. Chest lifted, and we're going to just bend the right leg and then bend the left and kind of just explore stretching the hamstrings by pressing the backs of the legs to the mat, keeping the chest lifted. Remember, the more that you breathe, once we start doing the strengthening stuff, the more you breathe, the less sore your muscles will be. Do a couple more breaths here. Once you feel like your hamstrings are getting a little bit warm, bring both legs straight, pressing the backs of the legs to the mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold, and bring your elbows left and right. Chin in the direction of the shins. Inhale, come all the way up. Separate the ankles, Upavista Konasana. Get that tilt in the pelvis as much as you can. Inhale, lengthen. Inhale, over the right leg. Walk your hands to the center. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hinge forward. Shoulders back. Walk your fingertips to the left leg. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold over the left leg. Let the right sitting bone lift. We're not pressing that down. Inhale, come all the way up. Bring the feet together. Keep the knees bent, feet flat on the mat, coming into a seated pigeon here. So left ankle to right knee. Go ahead and walk your sitting bones and your heel close, as close as you can get them. Keep the fingertips pointing towards the body, chest lifted. Keep the left foot flexed so your knee is stabilized. And then go ahead and creep that right heel away so we can bring the left foot down, right ankle to left knee. See where you are on this side. Next exhalation, go ahead and scoot the heel away from you. Bring that foot down. And then we're going to come onto our hands and knees. We're going to do a little bit of a dynamic thread the needle. Okay, so we're going to move for this. Left hand comes to the center of the mat. Knees are hip width apart, tops of the feet flat on the mat. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, go under. Not going all the way through. Inhale, up. Do it 2 more times. And this last time, go ahead and slide it all the way through. 3 breaths here. Exhale, come back to hands and knees. Same thing on the other side, right hand center. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale. 2, 3 more times. This last time, go ahead and slide it all the way through. Rest the head, press the right hand. 3 breaths. Exhale, come back to center. We're going to chaturanga down to our bellies to do a quad stretch, and then we're going to do like a reverse flow. So watch your foundation here, and elbows kiss the sides of the body. Left arm is a pillow. Grab the right ankle, heel towards the buttocks. The right shoulder still stays back, and the arm is straight. And so we're all at different levels in where our quadriceps are as far as tightness or flexibility in the muscles. So go where you know you can with this, as far as the heel going on the outside of the hip, pressing the hips into the mat. Take 1 more breath. Exhale, release, switch arms. Grab the left ankle, bring the heel towards the glutes. You can rest the head. My head is up so I can talk without sounding muffled. One more breath here. Go ahead and release. Okay, moving on to Chaturanga Dandasana, very tricky. You've done this before, you know it. We're doing it in reverse, okay? We don't do the reverse as much as we do coming all the way down. This should be difficult. Every part of the body is stiff, like a staff. It's a staff pose. And you're gonna be reversing, so let me show you. Toes are gonna be curled under. You're gonna use the back of the body, the strength in the back of the body. Hands are at the lower ribs, not under the shoulders, at the lower ribs. You lift, and then come to your knees, and then come into child's pose. Okay, and then we're gonna do a bit of a flow here. We're gonna come to plank, chaturanga down, chaturanga, child's pose. So just go ahead and begin and come into this flow. Use your breath. You'll only get about 1 inch off the ground before you have to hit your knees for the reverse chaturanga. You're not going to make it all the way up unless you're compromising the spine. Let's try to get a total of 5. And then end up back down on the belly. Good. I see you're all flat now, so we must be good. Okay, bend the knees so the feet are flat up towards the ceiling, okay? You're gonna have hands pointing behind you, fingertips pointing away from you, and your forehead on the mat. We're gonna lift with our inner thighs, each leg, 1 at a time, for 10. And then we're gonna hold both legs up for 10. Okay, so forehead down. Inhale, lift. 1, 2, keep the knees bent. 3, like you're pushing the ceiling away from you. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now chest, arms, head is going to come up for the hold. Lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Go ahead and rest. We're going to do it one more time. Just the hold, not the individual. And I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Francois Raoult. He's a French yoga teacher. He said, we don't need to do all these other exercises. Look at all this stuff you can do to be strong in yoga poses. So you can thank him for this pose. All right, prepare. Bend the knees. Feet are flat up towards the ceiling the whole time. Be sure you're not lifting the knees. Lift the feet straight up. Here we go, and lift. 1, 2, 3, neck is nice and long. 4, 5, 6, 7, shoulders back. 8, 9, 10. Rest on your right cheek. Bring your hands to the lower ribs, come to hands and knees. Curl the toes under, watch your foundation, come up into downward facing dog. You can pedal out for just a few breaths here. Warm up the calf muscles. Be sure you're pressing the roots of the fingers because we're going to bear some weight here. And then go ahead and slow down your movement, lengthen through the tailbone. Be sure the feet are hip width apart. So we're going to do calf raises here. So press the floor away from you and then let the heels be heavy to begin. We're going to inhale, press the toes, lift. Down, lift. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold it here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Lower the heels. Bring the left hand to the center of the mat. And then we're going to swoop the left leg through. We're going to do our toe taps here. Yay. So point the left toes, finger to toes. 1, 2, 10 of these. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bring the hand down, bring the foot back. Lengthen through the tailbone. And then other side, right hand to center, right leg slides through. Do your toe taps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Left hand down. Come back to your down dog. Drop to your knees. Big toes together, come into Balasana, child's pose. You can grab your heels to rest the arms. We're only here for 3 breaths, so enjoy your 3 breaths. After that last exhale, come back up to hands and knees. And we're moving into side plank here. So left hand is going to be on the center of the mat, okay? There's going to be options here. So keep your fingertips pointing off the right side of the mat. We are going to do scoops. So we're going to do something like this. If you want to keep your knee down and your right leg in front, do it that way. You can, okay? Actually, your hand will be more on an angle. Just be sure that your hand is in front of the shoulder. That's the most important part. Okay, so prepare. Whichever way you're gonna do this, hips are even and high. They're not up here or down here, they're right here. Ready? Right fingertips up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm putting my foot in front. 6, 7, 8. Bring the right hand down. Sit back in child's pose, rest the wrists. Only 3 breaths, and then we're doing the other side. I shouldn't say only. You get 3 full breaths here, and then lift up. So go ahead, exhale, come back to hands and knees, prepare. So what I kind of did here was, I was up, my legs were straight, but then after a few, I put my leg up here like this. So that's an option too. Left fingertips up. Deep breath in, exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2 more, 7, 8. Left hand down, bring the knees down, rest the wrists. Circle the wrists with your forehead on the mat. Lift the head, come to hands and knees. If you want to take just a minute here to put the tops of the hands on the mat, fingertips pointing towards the body. The more you shift your weight back, the more of a stretch you'll feel in the wrist or the forearm. Shake it out, other side. Shake it out. Get ready for down dog. We're gonna come to standing and do some standing things with our weights. Curl the toes under, lift the hip sockets up and back. Look up and begin to walk towards the front of your mat. Drop the sitting bones. If your weights are nearby, pick them up. If they're not, then stand, squat, and pick them up. Inhale, come up. So I'll meet you in Tadasana with your weights. Be sure you're bending your knees to pick them up safely. And we're going to begin with calf raises. So we're going to do kind of like we did in down dog. We're going to do 10 calf raises and then hold it for 10. So you can have your heavy weights or your light weights here, but the arms are just going to stay dangling. Drop the sitting bones, lift the navel. Be sure your feet are hip width apart, sitting bone width apart at least. Inhale, lift. 1, try to get all the way up on the ball mounds. 2, 3, 4, 5, have your focus point. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and lower. Kick your legs out a little bit. That's good on the calf muscles. Bring the right leg back. Once you're done, come back to Tadasana. We're going to bring the right leg back. And then we're gonna come into warrior one. So left leg is bent. Remember, we're dropping the tailbone, lifting the navel. We're gonna do a shoulder press to Superman here. So it's gonna look like this. Shoulders up, shoulders back. Ready? Begin. Shoulders up, shoulders. 1, 2, controlled movements here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 2 more. 7, 8. Bring them up to the shoulders. Lift your back heel and rotate so the edge of the foot is parallel to the back of the mat for warrior 2. And then adjust your front knee if you need to, or your front foot. Right shoulder comes back, bend into that knee. We're gonna do bicep curls with a straightening of the leg. So it's gonna look like this. It's gonna look like 1, 2. Begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Bring the left toes in, right toes out. We're gonna kind of reverse our way. So right knee bends, left shoulder back, arms out for bicep curls. Ready? 1, 2, don't lock out the elbows. Keep a micro bend. 4, 5, feel the whole shoulder girdle working. 6, 7, 8. Bring the hands to the heart and then fix the left leg. So we're gonna come back into warrior 1 on this side. Bend the front knee, press the outer edge of the back foot, drop the tailbone, lift the navel. Shoulder press to Superman. Ready? 1, 2, feel the shoulder ball and socket rotate. So press the shoulders down as you lift up. 3, 4, engage the lower belly. 5, 6, 7, 8. Hands to the heart. Come to Tadasana. Bend the knees, drop the weights, and we come to Vinyasa. So inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, look up. Exhale, step back, lower chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, look up, get to the front of your mat. Exhale, fold. Drop the sitting bones, engage the lower belly, pick up your weights. Inhale, come up. All right, reverse lunges. We're going to come into, actually it's a lunge dip. We're gonna do our lunge dip, dip. We're gonna do that 10 times and then hold it for 10 seconds, okay? So right, heel is gonna be up for this one. Front knee is bent, but it should be at a 90-degree angle. And then the knee comes right down. I'm not tilting forward with my spine. I'm just going right down. Weight stay at the sides. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Squeeze the glutes as you come up. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You did it. Woo! Back to Tadasana. Shake it out. You guys doing good? Yeah. We're great, Jennifer. All right, other side. Left leg back. Be sure the heel is lifted. We're in crescent. Knee should still be lined up directly over the ankle, directly over the second and third toes. Ready? Drop the tailbone. Straight down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Don't let the knee actually hit. 9. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Press up. Come back. Woo! Bend the knees. Put the weights down. Vinyasa. So inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, look up. Exhale, step back. Right leg stays up, vinyasa or chaturanga down. Inhale up. Exhale, child's pose. I'll give you 4 breaths here. That's a whole extra breath. Once you're done with that last exhale, come back to hands and knees. Okay, so we're gonna do something, we haven't done this before, but you've done them before. It's something like mountain climbers, but slowed down, okay? You can do it in regular plank position, opposite knee, elbow. You can do it on hands and knees. You can do it on forearms. Okay? Go ahead and prepare for where you're going to do it. Just be sure your foundation is good and clean. Come into plank. So be sure you're an actual plank. Lower the butt a little bit. Good. And begin. Right knee first to left elbow. 1, 2, 3, 4. Shoulder blades down the back. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Chaturanga down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, downward facing dog. We're going to repeat that one more time. Be sure you keep your booty low when you do it. Come to plank. And begin. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. 5, 6, 7, 8. Chaturanga down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Stay here for 5 breaths. Inhale, look up. Get to the front of your mat. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms all the way up. Exhale, come all the way down. Inhale, look up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, come all the way down. Inhale, look up. Exhale, step back. Come to hands and knees. And then cross to the ankles and have a seat. All right, so we're gonna do two types of boat pose today. The first one will be the cherry picker, you know, on either side of the body. And then it will be out, in, okay? So you can do half bent knees, you can do full, you decide. Prepare for whichever you're choosing. And begin on the right. Exhale as you reach. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bring the feet down, hug. Again, cherry pickers. Take a deep breath in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Tricked you. Hug your knees. All right, go ahead and prepare for the other one where we lengthen and come together. Extend the arms. Inhale, reach out with your legs. Exhale in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 3 more, 8, 9, 10. Hug the knees. We're done with those. Aren't you happy? All right. Bring the legs straight out in front of you. If you want to take Baddha Konasana here, we are going to do it again, but after boat pose, it feels really good. So you can bring the soles of the feet together for a moment. Grab the ankles. And if you have slowly folded forward, come back to seated position. Bring the knees together, extend the legs. So you're going to support with your hands behind you. You're going to support yourself. Fingertips are still going to be pointing forward. Elbows can be bent. We're going to do the L shape with our legs, or backwards L. Okay? Here we go. Begin with the right leg. 1, 2, bring it really high up and really high out. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, one more, 10. Woo! And bounce the knees a little bit before we do the other side. All right, here we go. Left leg. 1, out. 2, 3, have a nice right angle there. 4, foot is flexed. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bring the soles of the feet together, drop the knees out. Your quadriceps have no choice but to engage for that. So if that's difficult for you, it's probably getting a little bit easier for you after doing these strengthening classes. Fold forward, round the back, drop the head. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, bring the knees together. We're going to come into child's pose. Bring the big toes together, knees apart. Walk the hands forward. Press the fingertips into the mat. Stretch the shoulders. Lift the head. Walk the hands to the right. Soften. Inhale, lift. Walk the hands to the left and soften. Inhale, lift, walk back to center. Lift off the sitting bones so you can cross at the ankles. Have a seat, lie down on the back. Be sure that you have your strap nearby. We're going to Supta Hasta Panagustasana. But first, hug the knees. Flatten the lower spine on the mat. Rock a little bit left to right. Drop the feet. Grab your strap. Straighten the left leg. Put the strap around the right. If you want to grab the big toe, you can. If you're able to easily. If you want more of the stretch and control, then use the strap. Grab it with the right hand first. Straight arm. Left palm on top of the left leg. Just draw the leg right up the center line. Come back into deep breathing. If you've lost that, recalibrate the breath. Next exhale, drop the leg out to the right. Keep the left hip glued to the mat. Start bringing it back to center. Keep the right hip down. Switch hands. Cross the leg over the center line, but don't let the right hip lift. Left toes are still pointing straight up. Back to center. Grab a strap in each hand. Inhale deeply. And then exhale, lift shoulders and chest, chin to shin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Rest the head and shoulders. Release the right leg. Put the strap around the left. Straighten the leg straight up the center line. Have the strap with the left hand, right hand on top of the thigh. Flex both feet. Find your breath here. Right hip stays glued. Left leg opens out to the left. Nice, slow, controlled movement. Don't depend too much on the strap, but let it help you. Go ahead and bring it back to center. Switch hands with the strap. Bring it over the center line. One more breath, and then bring it back to center. Grab a strap in each hand. Inhale. Exhale, lift. 1, chin up to shin. 2, 3, 4, 5, rest. Slowly lower down, float the leg down, get rid of the strap. We're done with that. We're gonna do a twist, and then it will be Shavasana. So bend the knees. We're gonna cross over our left leg over our right, and then drop the knees to the right. Really deep spinal twist here. And just breathe here for a moment or two. Next exhale, go ahead and bring the knees back up. Uncross the legs, and then bring the right over the left. Drop the knees to the left. Be sure you're relaxing the muscles in the face, the tongue, and the jaw. Let the belly be soft here. Let the lower back muscles release. Next exhale, go ahead and bring the knees back to center. Uncross the legs. We're gonna bring the legs up. You can, if you have a block nearby, that's fine, but you don't need one. We're just gonna bring the legs up one at a time. So left leg up, right leg up. Keep the feet flexed. You can also put your hands under your sacrum for some support. All of the weight and pressure from the work that we've just done, we can now let it release. Just another breath or two. And be sure to be mindful. We're gonna bring the legs down one at a time. Doesn't matter which one comes first. And then once your feet are down one at a time, we're just gonna lie flat for a moment. You can come into happy baby. You can hug the knees one more time. Press the knees towards the floor if you're doing happy baby, or just do another rock or two. And then we'll bring the knees back together, feet back to the floor. Take a super long stretch. Lengthen the legs, arms overhead. Circle the wrists and the ankles. Blink the eyes, take a yawn. You made it. That's some hard work that you guys do. Get ready for your Shavasana. Turn the lights off, cover the eyes. Put support under your knees if you like. Palms facing up, ankles separated. Now is the time to observe the body. Taking deep, deep breaths. And then slowly just falling into the rhythm of the way that the breath wants to come and go naturally, without forcing. Begin to surrender to gravity.